Hey, One World Entertainment, and a new rumour is doing the rounds, but however, this is a rumour we can kind of get behind, and it is the fact that Spider-Man 4, for whatever it will end up actually being called, may be a soft reboot of the Spider-Man franchise. Now, the reason it's believable is because of how No Way Home ended. However, it's what's meant to be coming up that makes this seem strange, which of course is the Avengers movie, and knowing that Spider-Man is meant to be a part of those, which kind of also undoes everything that the last movie did. But let's have a look at the article and then we'll dive into that type of stuff. So, it says, there have been various, sometimes pretty wild rumours relating to Marvel Studios and Sony Pictures' plans for the fourth Spider-Man movie doing the rounds over the past few months. But most insiders seem to agree that the main reason the project took so long to come together was due to creative differences over the best way to proceed with the story. The script is believed to have undergone a major overhaul, with Kevin Feige and Sony's Tom Holland finally settling on a mostly grounded story with some multiverse elements, though the movie was still being described as an Avengers level event up until very recently. In a way, Spider-Man No Way Home's third act Doctor Strange twist backed the writers into a bit of a creative corner, but it also presented an opportunity to start fresh and take the franchise in a brand new direction. It sounds like this is exactly what Marvel, Sony are planning to do. According to Daniel Richman, so take it with salt, Spider-Man 4 will be a new take on the iconic wall crawler, with director Destin Daniel Cretton bringing the character in a completely different direction with a new supporting cast. Though the scooper didn't actually use the R word, that's reboot, not retarded for anyone wondering, this had led to speculation that the fourth Spidey film will serve as a soft reboot, which probably isn't that much of a stretch given everything we've been hearing. For one, Peter Parker is expected to get a new love interest, and Zendaya's involvement in the movie is said to be limited. Parker will also reportedly be attending college when we catch up with him, which would likely be where the new supporting cast comes in. And as for the villain, rumour has it that Spidey will face off against a foe that has never appeared in live action before. And then it kind of just goes on and on about some of the other type of crap we already know about. Now, where it's kind of believable is because of that Doctor Strange twist, which was of course, okay, the way we have to reverse everything is Peter wants everybody to forget about who he is. Not just that he's Spider-Man, he basically wants them to forget Peter Parker altogether. And of course they do that, and he then goes back to obviously try and rekindle the relationship with MJ. Well, she's not really MJ, but they call her MJ. And Ned. And of course he sees that they're happy and gotten into the college they want, and he leaves them alone. He ends up not pursuing that friendship to kind of, hey, I'm Peter, let's be friends again. No, he walks away and leaves them be. And that is, and of course, he gets his own place and he gets a brand new suit. That's his own suit this time. It's not from Tony Stark and stuff. And he goes swinging off, and you think, okay, so the next movie is clearly no one knows he's Peter Parker, or at least no one knows Peter Parker is Spider-Man. Yeah, it's definitely nobody knew he was Peter Parker as well, like who Peter Parker was. Because I do remember now when he goes to Aunt May's grave and Lucky is there, or Happy, whatever the hell he was called. And he's like, oh, did you know her? So he didn't even know that was Peter. So yeah, it was just completely forget. So it was perfect for, okay, now they can actually start and not have to be involved with Avengers level type of things and constantly be referring to Iron Man and stuff like that, even though Peter Parker will obviously still have the memories. But then where it falls apart is the fact of Doomsday and Secret Wars, where obviously they want him to be heavily involved, which is, oh, so you undone everybody knowing Spider-Man, knowing Peter Parker and all that, but then you're going to throw him into an Avengers movie where they're going to have to find out that he's Spider-Man and he's Peter Parker. It's like, why did you do that? if you were going to do it that way, you would have had to have left him out of the whole Avengers thing. Starting kind of a soft reboot, or you get what they're on about with that. Now, that's not like, oh, we're going to see him from the very beginnings again. They're kind of talking, that would more be them talking about, we can do something now where we don't need to really involve Iron Man or Captain America or start referencing all of that stuff. We can go in a different direction and have them take on actual characters and villains from the Spider-Man universe, as opposed to having to take on someone from like the Hulk universe or something. Just look at what bloody Captain America Brave New World is now. It's a so-called Captain America movie. That's a Hulk sequel without the Hulk. This thing, they have, well, I should say they had the chance to do something brand new and different and stay away from that. But clearly they're not going to do it, especially if multiverse elements are still in there. And we know what the multiverse elements are, because that's them wanting to bring back Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield, and maybe even Green Goblin and a few others. So that's where that's coming in from, as well as it'll probably lead into the Avengers or something. I think, didn't they say Spidey 4 they wanted to be in between Doomsday and Secret Wars? I'm pretty sure that's where they wanted to be. So we'll have to wait and see what exactly this comes about with this. It's just, for everything that they're talking about with this and all the rumors and the ups and downs between contracts and stories, this actually sounds like it could end up actually just being a gigantic mess. And what will be funny is, if it's a mess, you know everyone's going to try and blame Sony. They're going to, oh, it's Sony's fault. Sony got too involved. When it's like, no, Sony basically bent the knee to Kevin Feige's idea. So that is where this is going, because the whole grounded thing and stuff is meant to be Feige's idea, which is weird, because originally it was Feige wanted to be this massive multiverse story and Sony wanted to be smaller. Now that seems to be flipped. So if they do this smaller grounded movie with elements of multiverse and it tanks, well, that's going to be Kevin Feige's fault. Either way, I think this thing sounds like it's a disaster in the making. I really do. We will have to wait and see. So let's see what happens. Let's see what more rumors and news comes out. We seem to be getting more actual rumors than bloody actual details about this thing at this stage. It's weird. But with that, I shall leave it there for this one. So like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Cheers, and I'll catch you in the next one.